Welcome back, everybody, to Oktoberbrawl. It's time for our last series of week number 2. We have Allie up against Dogger Dogson, and well, we're going to have a lot of fun here, as we have been so far. If you guys missed the previous series, Team Light was able to get its first victory in the history of Oktoberbrawl, as Crip defeating Jackie, who decided to toss a bone over to our boys in white and said, you know what, why don't you just have this free win with Renounced Darkness? Take a look at the results of what just happened.
Yeah, maybe we should throw the bone to Dog instead.
Ooh, I like that. Apologies, by the way, as
yeah, for my jokes, I'm sorry.
Well, I was gonna correct myself. It's not the boys in white, considering Allie's also playing here as well. So, I have to rephrase that in general. Allie's gonna go up against Dog, and this score is indicative of today. It's not their overall record, but we also have our first 2-0 victory in Oktoberbrawl. Every game went game 3, but that previous series was the first time it went 2-0.
That is what happens when you play Renounced Darkness.
Well, just for one game.
Yeah.
First game was the Rogue, and Jackie's really tried to bring some weird stuff. I wonder if his teammate will do the same in Allie, or maybe Dog's the one who's going to be creative here. We'll find out.
Yeah, Dog is an interesting spot. He was up the entire night streaming. I woke up fairly early this morning, and he was still online about 11 hours into his stream.
He's having fun, man. Let's go ahead and check in with him right now. From Team Void, we have Dog, who's awake and kicking and eyes wide open. How you feeling, Dog?
Feeling good. Feel fresh.
Wow.
Are you still awake, or did you sneak a nap in there?
I'm still awake. It's like 4 a.m. here. So.
That's right. You're chilling in Korea, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh man. And are you growing out the facial hair for a special occasion, or is it just because No Shave November started early for you?
I'm just lazy. So I'll shave when I need to.
Same.
I see my mother. So.
Truly relatable in every way there. Thanks, Dog. His opponent is Allie, who is standing today. Did you and Jackie make a pact to switch roles?
Yeah, last week I didn't have as much luck with Hitchera, so I thought maybe I'd stand.
Oh, interesting. Wow, and you've also acknowledged that this is a 1v1 competition very nicely. Crip got the win already out of the way for Team Light, so do you feel like the pressure is off you now to perform?
I'm actually feeling the pressure a little bit more. It'd be nice to solidify another win for Light, so...
That's right. Well, I guess maybe the opposite would have happened, right? If Crip lost, and it's like, well, I can't really do any worse for our team anyways. So, but now you gotta put momentum on your side. So,
exactly.
I guess the burden's on you. Well, good luck, Allie. Good luck, Dog, in your best of 3, and we'll check back with you guys pretty shortly. We do want to remind people of what they're playing for in these early weeks. We're going to have the TwitchCon finals happening on, I believe, Friday, October 20th at TwitchCon. So you guys will be able to see Dog and Allie and all your other favorite broadcasters. Everyone else here involved in the project will be there at TwitchCon for the live finals. But the weeks playing up to it, we will have the winning team be able to impose sabotages onto their opponents. And we're thinking up some really fun ones. They told us not to reveal them just yet, but every week that a team wins is one sabotage to the other team. So this week is also a really fun one. We'll show you guys when we go to TwitchCon, but for now, let's get ready to jump into game. I can't wait to see what they're going to do to mess with their opponents at the finals of TwitchCon.
Yeah, it may not just affect their ability to win games. It may affect their ability to actually play the game.
Yeah, to function as a human being.
Yeah, which is something I struggle with on a day-to-day basis.
Right, so we'll put Admirable onto Team Light.
Then they'll never win a set.
That was the last time Team Light won a set in Oktoberbrawl.
Darkness set in. It's a Swedish, Swedish winter.
That probably would be such a severe handicap that it would not be fair. So probably put you on Team Void to balance it out.
That's still not fair. I mean...
to offset the packs.
Then how does Void win a match?
Well, by this, having a 7-7 their opening hand.
A lot of mechs still. Mechs are very powerful, and it's just such a simple synergy. Get a mech, get something that needs a mech.
That's how most tribes feel like in the very early stages of development. It's like if you have X tribe buff your other X-Tribe members, or, you know, reduced by this cost, or give them this much health.
If you have X, then do Y.
Yeah, but then the evolution of the mechanics in Hearthstone became very interesting. You know, holding dragons, for example, were a really cool thing to think about. That plays with the digital space too. How do you actually replicate that in paper versions of any card game? It was like, well,
here's my hand.
Look at my entire hand, by the way. I guess you could reveal a single card, but that ends up playing with a really cool digital space.
Yeah, because then you have to guess what it is.
Based off of reads of what you think.
I love that feel. Finja, I think, is one of my favorite ones that's happened, albeit Finja is pushing the power curve quite a bit. I think that his mechanic is just really cool. He creates an objective for both players. Number one, how do I keep my opponent from activating Finja? Number two, how do I activate Finja in the most efficient way? And while for a while that was, you know, kind of, you know, abused by running just two Blue Gill, two Murloc Warleader, I feel like the fact that just those two cards existed was a much bigger play on it than the fact that Finja existed. I think Finja was a great design.
Well, Allie's fallen behind on board here to the Totem Golem, and she's looking like she's doesn't have very good synergy with the Tinkertown Technician. Oh, apologies. There's a she had the Spider Tank as well. We'll move the mouse shortly off the screen. Dog has Ancestral Knowledge. I believe that is one of the. Is that a newer card?
That is from.
Is it from Goblins Renault? I think it's from the Grand Tournament.
I'm pretty sure it's Grand Tournament.
Okay.
Because that was like right around when Tunnel Trog happened, and we were.
That's right.
We hadn't figured out that rather than just overload yourself and draw cards, just deal them a lot of damage. And dealing a lot of damage is like just a really good thing to do, because you know damage is how you win. You kill them.
Well, Ancestral Knowledge is like really important for a lot of the Control Shaman lists as well.
Yeah, it definitely was. I mean, that was a list that could afford to simply draw cards and not really think about development, because their goal was to play like I can't remember the name of the card. It's 4 or 5 damage to everything, and it overloaded you for 5.
The
Elemental Destruction.
Elemental Destruction.
Yeah,
card.
like that card was such an important facet to Control Shaman because you just needed to be able to wipe them into a size board. It was like the early stage Kazakus potion. It was Kazakus before Kazakus.
And it costs way more mana.
Yeah. You know, 12. Big deal.
Dog is just going to continue to put on pressure, and this is kind of the position that Mage wanted to be in, where they place a minion, they force removal, and then keep pushing damage. Right now, Allie has to deal with this 4-mana 7/7 Flame Wreath Faceless, but if she fireballs Coin Hero Power, she's accepting at least 3 more damage. And that compounds every single turn.
Right. This is why Totem Golem was such a powerful card, was it got early trades, and then you could continue to just back it up with a bigger threat and a bigger threat, and eventually you look up and you go, wow, this Totem Golem has hit me for like 15 damage.
At least.
Yeah.
And Allie's been trying to play very, you know, wise with her resources. She's been trying to save like Mech Warper so she can play Mech Warper Tinkertown and maybe use some things to swing it, but at this point, she's so far behind that I feel like this is almost a train that can't be stopped here from Dog. Is there any line here that you see admirable that can bail her out of this position?
It's going to take some really bad Ogre Brute attacks.
Okay, that's definitely promising. Ogre Brute tends to do exactly the opposite of what you want most of the time.
Unless you're Jackie, then it just goes straight to the face.
Yeah, that's true.
Perfect spot.
There's also the options of getting the spare parts for the future turns to help stall.
Yeah, that's the alternative I'm thinking about. Just if the spare parts are nailed somewhat perfectly, I think there's some hope here. But we're looking at Emergency Coolant and not Time Rewinder. That is
not that what she wants.
Big hurt. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, up to 12 damage for Dog this turn. Oh, I'm sorry, 13, 14 with the Cogmaster as well. He freshly drawn mech for Dog as well.
Dog looks like he has more of an aggressive curve anyway, so he could also just draw into burn. Trying to calculate the odds of what's the best way to set up for potential game-ending damage. I like placing all your minions first, using the next turn and all your mana to draw, to see if you can draw into the final bits like your lava burst, your lightning bolts. Whoa! Okay.
Well, bad Ogre Brute attack number 1 has been secured.
Yeah, I guess at least it took out the biggest threat on the board. Although I think realistically he would love to even take out the Mech Warper if he didn't hit the face there.
Does Allie's deck have AoE?
I would imagine that it is at least a strong possibility. And Allie is looking like she might be dead soon. But killing the Zap-O-Matic actually removes a ton of damage on board. I didn't realize that. The Wind Fury and the buff.
Takes away 9... Or I'm sorry, mitigates it to 7 damage at this point. But is this enough life total to work with? I mean, she's staring down the Taunt Totem. She doesn't have removal in hand.
Yeah. Ooh, she looks like she's going to stall and say 3 damage is too much to take. Bloodlust
boy,
off the top.
He just gives the old, hey, why not shrug?
I mean,
when you got him.
That is what the deck is supposed to do. Get onto the board fast. Totem Golem and Flame Wreath Faceless. Devastating opening for Team Void. Dog is 1 game away from closing out this series. That was quite the tight and fast finish.
And those were a flashback to the old Totem Golem days. That card was just massively powerful for what the game plan was. All of your minions were already cheap and efficient, so the overload didn't matter too much, and if you ever got a point where you were cleanly ahead, Bloodlust or Flametongue Totem were big punishing effects.
That's right. So let's go ahead and check in with them. Allie, that's not a good start to the Team Light comeback that we were talking about. What went wrong there?
I think his early game was just a little too strong. Couldn't fight back for board, so it's alright.
Gotcha. A lot of flashbacks for you, Dog, of the good old days when 4-mana 7/7 was still played very often and constructed.
Yeah, I went Totem Golem into, like, I don't know, Flame Tongue, Flame Wreath, Faceless Spiff. But, yeah, I remember I was so happy when I opened that Argent Squire, and it paid off. Through turn 1.
Wow,
Sick.
the Argent Squire.
Sakai, yes! A 1/1
like, oh my god, I
shield.
needed this.
Never mind the 2-mana 3/4, the Flame Wreath Faces, which overpowers everything too. But the Argent Squire. Well, we got some more games to play, but if you win one more, Dog, that is it. So good luck in match number 2, guys, as we get ready to see if Allie Strauss can turn the tides. But
yeah, Totem Golem, 7/7.
I feel like
Argent Squire.
I feel like I saw a parody video being made featuring Crypt versus Ben Bro Jr. with almost the exact same curve, but I don't know if I recall the details completely clearly. If Team Void wins one more game, if Dog's able to win at all between now and the last game of the day, Team Void will take home the series, even though Team Light got its first victory. Yeah. So this is a must-win situation for Allie Strauss.
Back-to-back games. Got to win them. 2-0. Last chance.
And Mage is one of the strongest classes, excuse me. And Allie is going to turn to Druid.
Whoa!
Druid versus Hunter. This is not something that I expected very much. But Darnassus Aspirin opens up a mana curve here for Allie. Meanwhile, Dog, he's got a Leroy Jenkins in his Hunter deck. That's going to be quite the fearsome top deck if he gets it.
He's also got a couple of shaky Zip Gunners. In the deck, so Dog is looking to just try to consistently get something on board that fights. Allie, meanwhile, she throws away the Darnassus, and I think wisely here. Wild Growth into Piloted Shredder is about as good, I think, as this opener's going to get, and having the Savage Combatant and Wrath may be enough to fight against this. Is the Micro Machine going to scare her out of it, though? And it doesn't look like it's going to.
Oh,
and that's a Cthulhu!
We predicted that Cthulhu might see some play this week, and I was scared we wouldn't see it at all.
Allie bleeds for Cthulhu.
Well, hold on. I mean, you don't know if there's actually Cthulhu minions in here.
Oh, there's Cthulhu minions in here.
I imagine so.
Yeah, I'm calling my shot there. There are Cthulhu minions.
Would you play the Argent Horse Rider here to eliminate the Micro Machine? You're accepting 6 damage by playing this Pilot Shredder.
I think that without playing the Piloted Shredder, you're accepting more damage than that in the future. and that's really just what Micro Machine was designed to do, was be an effect that punishes your opponent's lack of removal.
Yeah, turns out for a little guy, he packs quite the punch. Wow, 7-2. Ouch!
That is a lot of damage.
Too much damage. Okay, taunt minion comes in the hand for next turn. So Allie can swing the board this turn.
That's a pretty good draw if you're in Allie's spot. Wrath and Argent Horse Rider wipe out the 2 health minions, and then Pilot Shredder runs over the Leok. Dog is really relying on this board presence to chip away just a few more points and then have Kill Command and Hero Power finish the job. But he is not going to have that liberty. This is a big turn, and this is exactly why Allie went for Pilot and Shredder.
Right. She had the foresight to recognize that Pilot Shredder is more important to invest onto the board to trade onto it. And now Dog is going to be looking for the damage off this tracking. Or perhaps another tracking.
Yeah, I always track when I track.
That's the power of tracking. You just get to
keep tracking.
Get those useless cards out of the way. Infested Wolf's solid for like board presence, but not really what you want to be doing here. Dark Arakoa is what originally Allie was looking at. She picks up another Shredder, which is I don't think as strong as the Dark Arakoa. 5/7 is just so much stats to get through.
It's also just the taunt. Any weird charge minion Dog has. I mean, just say he's playing Wolf Rider. I'm not saying he is, but just imagine he is. Cut Purse.
Okay.
From the Pilot Shredder as well. Every time Cut Purse attacks the opponent, you get a coin. So that is a way to accelerate towards that Cthulhu as well. Dog is drawing some pretty awful minions at this point.
Yeah, Carrion Grub, just a vanilla 3-mana 2/5 beast from Wisps of the Old Gods. Not really anything worthwhile except for some fun chuckles at its flavor text.
Yeah, nothing to call home about.
5.
Not even from South Korea.
9. 5, 7. 9. That is where Dog is, by the way. People think, what is Carrion Grub Korean? No, it's it's Dog.
Yeah,
Dog's Korean.
Unleash the beast.
Clearly.
yeah.
The Cut Purse means that Allie should be able to play Cthulhu a little bit early and maybe have extra stuff. I mean, basically
Next turn, maybe?
Well, what's crazy is basically Allie just drew an Innervate.
A nerf to Innervate.
No, an Innervate. Allie, every turn Cut Purse puts an Innervate. Imagine if Cut Purse says put an Innervate into your hand.
That's a huge buff to Cut Purse.
You say that like 2 months ago, and we'll be like, well, that card's insane. And then you realize, wait a second.
Hang on here. I see what you're doing.
For people who don't obviously understand what we're joking about here, Innervate was changed from 2 mana to 1 mana. And at this point has a lot of resemblance to the coin itself.
Namely the mana aspect.
Mainly the mana aspect. The aesthetic is different, though. It's like a red mana crystal. Is that what we've been thinking about the entire time?
A totally different resource.
Oh, man, the red mana crystals. People have theorized that for a long time.
What would it even do?
Like give you 1 mana this turn.
I'll tell you what, if you had to use 6 red mana crystals to play Reno Jackson, I'd be totally okay with Reno Jackson. Just as long as you didn't get red mana crystals because you only had 1 copy of stuff in your deck.
Let's play Cthulhu this turn. I'm down for it.
Oh, this is a Cthulhu turn. Yeah. I told you, Allie bleeds for Cthulhu. And this Cut Purse was actually the catalyst to this as well. And this is all because she played that Pilot and Shredder. If she had not played that Pilot and Shredder on turn 4, if she'd have gone, this Micro Machine's going to deal me so much damage, she wouldn't have even been close to end this game.
She is taking the safest route possible. Okay, I like it. You know, Savage Roar, or it's not Savage Roar, Savage.
Honestly, this is probably just a better play. Yeah. I think the one thing she could possibly get punished by here is Unleash the Hounds, but it would be Unleash the Hounds plus effect.
Yeah.
And here, instead, she's gone so wide on the board it threatens Dog on lethal on all fronts, forces the kill command, and even despite the taunt up, looks like she's got the damage to push past this.
Yeah, he's just dead on the board. But we get to see some fireworks, perhaps.
is she trying not
Cthulhu.
to reveal it?
Cthulhu. Do the Cthulhu.
Oh, she.
Whoa,
Wait. If they don't go back and watch this, though, they know that she has Cthulhu.
You play Dark Arakoa. And
That's just a minion, though.
No, it shows the
Oh, it
animation
shows it.
of
That's right, that's
Cthulhu
right.
over the deck.
I was getting too fancy there.
Yeah.
I wanted the Cthulhu.
I wanted the Cthulhu too. Allie, why no Cthulhu?
I just wanted to set up a stronger board and then finish off the Cthulhu at the end, but
You realize that Cutpurse put an
Oh,
innervate
yeah.
into your hand every single turn.
I am aware. Don't worry.
Wow.
I'm worried.
The Order of the Red Mana Crystals shunned you, Allie. Dog,
I was thinking about it too.
Dog, I think we've conclusively decided that even in Sealed, where you get to have weaker decks, I think Grimy Goon buffs are just not that strong. What do you think? Agree or disagree?
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like a good card.
Yeah.
It's a 3-mana 5/5, right?
Right. Well, and you even curved out decently too, but that Pilot Shredder Argent Course Rider combo was insane. So,
Yeah.
just by nature. Admiral, do you have anything to ask these guys before we let them go into Game 3?
I think you pretty much summed it up there.
Yeah.
Yep.
All
The
right.
shaky zip gunner just. I mean, it's paying you Tuesday for the hamburger today, is what that card's doing.
Ugh,
it feels
well, I
like.
don't want that.
Yeah.
I want my hamburger now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Shaky
They
zip
don't, call
gunner.
it, they don't call it late food. They call it fast food.
Yeah, exactly. Shaky zip gunner.
And that's the kind of banter that we want on Oktoberbrawl.
I hope he's in
Food
chat
discussions.
right now, paying attention.
All right, let's go into Game 3. Remember, they can't play either of their decks, which is kind of a shame. I would love to see Cthulhu actually being played, considering it's Whispers of the Old Gods, not Whispers of the Shredders.
Yeah,
which apparently is
Not Whispers of the New Gods.
or the super old god, the very old gods, the ancient gods. Pilot Shredder,
Dr. Boom.
Dr. Boom.
Force Nature. Tinkmaster Overspark before it was changed.
That is one of the OGs of the OGs.
I love
the OGs of the old gods, the OGs. Oh wow, that pun works on so many. Whispers of the OGs.
I see what you're doing. And I didn't see it before. I was just thinking about how sweet Tinkmaster was.
You're assuming that I knew what I was doing. And that was your first mistake.
I've learned.
Mage versus Hunter coming up for Game 3.
Yo, and that hand from Allie is fire. That hand is sick.
Really, really powerful. Dog does have removal and kind of a curve.
That just gets me every time.
Would you trade to the Snow Check?
Oh, absolutely. This is just free. She's just farming this Snow Chuck.
It's just free tempo, right? 1 mana for 2 mana?
Yeah, she paid a 1 mana situational card to take care of a 2 mana good at pretty much every step of the way card. And then Dog has to spend 3 mana answering the Mech Warper, and then Allie gets to play a big spider tank and just start beating Dog up. This is a great hand.
It's a fantastic hand. Punctuated, of course, by the Lord of all the crushes.
I guess I should mention specifically, Carrion Grub is better if Allie's got any sort of demon synergy. Any sort of beast synergy.
Houndmaster.
It's Demon Grub!
In case she has, Demon Heart in her deck.
Yeah.
I know what you meant.
Carrion Grub, it's a demon beast.
Just look at it.
Yeah. If that thing came out of your garden, you would not be looking at it like, oh, cute little beast. I'll get a Houndmaster for it.
Thing came out of my garden. I think I'm gonna ask for a discount on my rent that month.
Just hit it with Kill Command. As long as you have your own Carrion Grub.
Man, on top of that, Allie's got some heavy hitting cards. We're talking about Coin Savannah High Main this turn. That's a potential possibility.
I'm curious how worried she is about the mech specifically, because if she is, that might mean we're taking a one-way ticket to Northrend.
Right.
But
Just an
Savannah High
argument
Main
for the Spider Tank.
I mean, we've heard the law of High Main before, and this is looking like one of those games where it could come into effect. Roaring Torch, though. Dog's got a lot of removal for this now, but is he too far behind?
Ooh, Dog looking like he's focusing a lot, because now he actually has to think if he can push damage
It's
or
like he
should be
heard me.
removing.
He's like, crap, am I too far behind? think I am. Okay.
Maybe. He's got a Noyatron. That's stall. The Deadly Shot was used.
Yeah, Anoyatron, I think, is one of the stronger minions he could have at this point, just because of how much it occupies. Like, this could potentially soak up 8 points of damage right here.
Yeah, and if he plays an Acolyte, can draw even more for the burn. And if you kill the high main, you actually increase the amount of minions onto the board, so you have to trade into a 2/2.
Which I think is what he's looking at. I mean, Dog's playing defense for a number of turns here, as long as his cards will let him do so anyway.
Ooh.
Yo, that's a good draw.
Wow!
That's a very good draw. I think Allie is every single turn pulling further and further ahead. If this is Leok, the one we all shun and forget about.
No, it's just a true companion.
Misha's always there.
Does Dog have Flame Strike in his deck? Yeah, he does have Acolytes of Pain, indicating that he is playing a little bit of a slower list.
Yeah, I imagine that Acolyte could be in there either way, but the fact that he's got Forgotten Torch as well, I mean, Forgotten Torch is just a good card.
Wow, that
Allie
disrespect.
ignores
That disrespect.
the Micro Machine. I mean,
And
she
it
does have
works
a
out.
ton of damage in hand. King Crush, Argent Commander. I mean, that alone is 12 damage.
Plus the 5/9 on board, so 21. Dog can't even play.
That is a
His
big
face is
punish,
somewhere.
though. I mean, that's
a pretty severe punish.
a big turn from Dog, who suddenly now is threatening to kill the Carrion Grub with this until
my
Houndmaster
goodness.
gets drawn. And that was why she went for that Carrion Grub instead of that Spider Tank. Notice that Spider Tank's still in hand. She was thinking about that Houndmaster from turn 3. Little throwback to the Piloted Shredder.
And this time, I think attack face is absolutely correct. Dog can get a big Faceless Summoner minion here. Think big. Dream big.
It's a good one, but
Solid.
he's just under so much pressure at this point that I don't think that gets him out of this.
He can Time Rewinder the Faceless Summoner. Oh my goodness. More damage comes to the hand. I'm thinking Team Light is going to be able to close out this one. Argent Commander has face written all over.
That is a one-way ticket. Nobody comes back from Northrend. I've never heard of it happening.
King Crush will just end the game next turn. That is a sentence I never thought I'd be saying in Hearthstone.
Even if Dog got like the miracle card, let's just say he had ice blocks, plural S. He still has to deal 30 damage.
Hunter's been a mortal enemy of slower mage decks for a while, but Dog's not even playing a slow deck. He just the early game Hunter plays were just so powerful, and Dog had a lot of value cards. If he had 20 more life, he had a chance to escape.
If only you started at 50.
Yeah.
If only he had Blood Reaver Gul'dan as one of his mage cards.
If only he was KO the Zod.
If only he could Ultimate Infestation and then innervate out 2 Earthen Scales.
You mean double innervate?
Oh, that's
Two
right.
innervate scales?
Double coin. Allie Straza, second match of the day
Wow.
for Team Light.
Huge win for Team Light, and that means that Team Light takes home the W. And Allie looking like one of the MVPs for today, being able to close out Dog, a very fearsome player, both in the ladder and in the competitive tournament circuit. So let's go ahead and check in with the players, and of course, to the victor goes to spoils. Allie, do you have any words you want to say? This is your moment, your stage.
I had one objective, that was to smork, and so it seemed to get off. That's good.
All right, well, staying humble, just saying that she stuck to her game plan. Dog, where did it all go wrong, man? Where did it all go wrong?
I I missed my one drop. It hurt.
Argent Squire.
No Argent Squire in your deck, man. That's why you lost. All right. Well, you know, I think even though Team Void took the loss this week, I think you still seem to win the popularity vote, which might be what matters in the end. The fans are with you, dog. So that must mean something, right?
It means everything. That means the world.
That's right. Well, Team Light is down in packs.
He says it.
That seems so disingenuous.
The things that happens to a man when he stays up all night streaming.
It was so good until he started laughing afterwards and started putting his hand in his face. Dog, go get some sleep, man. You've been streaming way too long and playing a lot of Hearthstone. Get some rest. Allie, congratulations. You just evened up the score, and we've got a lot more Hearthstone in the coming weeks, so we'll see you guys back for week 3. And that does it, man. We've had a lot of fun. Today was a little bit shorter, but that's kind of the time that we're aiming for. So take a look at the results on what transpired today. Ty started off strong with the 2-0 victory, or 2-1 victory over Reynad. Then Crip getting the first ever sweep, 2-0 over Jackie Chan's Renounced Darkness Warlock. And then we had some back and forth, but Allie was able to take the series over Dog. Despite playing a Cthulhu deck, having Cthulhu with 2 coins from the cut person, not playing it. That was
Innervates, Dan. We've talked about
Innervates. Man,
and this just goes to show you, like, sets like this will turn around, and they're fairly volatile. In a sealed format, your whole team is only as good as your weakest teammate at that point. However well built the decks can be, is up to the entire team to put in that effort to do so.
Right.
So it's really important to be making the most of the packs they're getting because they're operating on very limited resources.
Yeah, that's right. And this is going to continue to stack. We mentioned to Dog, and if you guys aren't aware of, we're giving packs to a lot of these streamers and broadcasters based on how often you guys are playing with these card backs, which you can get for free with Twitch Prime promotion, as you guys see on our lovely background there. Twitch Prime is joining up with Blizzard for a bunch of their games, Overwatch, Heroes of the Storm, and Hearthstone. Not just the card back rewards for this month, but next month you also get a special card pack, which is yet to be revealed. And of course, the following months you also get free card packs as well. You can go check it out at link.twitch.tv/Oktoberbrawl. That's it, man. Any closing comments from you? This is unfortunately the only week that we have you. I loved having you on here for Oktoberbrawl, Admiral.
Well, it's fun doing it. You know, I was watching Oktoberbrawl last week, and I'm certain I'll watch it again. And if you want my opinion on it, I do like the bright purple card back. I'm just saying myself, you know, it matches my theme, you know.
It does.
I'm a dark colors kind of guy.
Actually, we both kind of matched today. I have the light card back,
and that was totally unintentional. Dan and I are just that good.
Subconsciously, we got that connection.
Yeah.
We got that connection for sure. And hopefully you guys got that connection to your Twitch Prime accounts. And that's it for week 2 of Oktoberbrawl. So thanks to everyone who's watched. Thanks to the production. Big shout out to the broadcasters. But most importantly, you guys, the fans, who've been voting alongside with us. We'll see you guys back next week